Time Bentley.
What's up, Cowboys family? It's your boy Jay Tuck back with another Cowboys fans only episode. So you guys know the drill. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe. Somewhere down there. And also go to cowboysfansonly.com. I got the Zeke stuff on, man. Don't ask me what I got on, cowboysfansonly.com. But Cowboys fan, man, we spoke about it yesterday. Bad loss on Monday. But we got to move forward. And last week, I tried to bring in a little hype. Thought maybe that would make some difference. But it didn't, man. So this time, I'm going to try to use some Jedi mind tricks, man. I'm trying to bring some Jedi power in to see if that can get to the Dallas Cowboys and this defense specifically so we can get things back on track. So with no further ado, Cowboys family, I'd like to welcome to the channel Skywalker still, bro. What's going on, Skywalker? What's going on, bro?
Woo, what's going on, man? It's been a long time coming.
Long time
On here,
coming.
brother.
Long time
What's
coming,
good
man.
though?
I appreciate you for coming on, man. Like
Oh yeah.
this guy needs no introduction, man. And before we get started, man, I like to say this, man. So here's a little story time. Let's just travel a little bit back to
Story time.
probably around like what, April-ish? No, it's before April. Probably like mid-February, before draft, right? So
Way before draft. I had you on in February.
February. So Skywalker has been the guy who's always reaching out to me on Twitter, like, "Hey, bro, you need to start a channel. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. But I was like, really wasn't into like starting a channel, man. So Skywalker brought me on his show, man. We went almost about 2 to 3 hours. I was sitting on the couch, back hurting or whatnot, but we were going in, and I said, yo. Man, this is what I love to do, man. So he's a great reason why I'm here right now. So I gotta say thank you, bro, for giving me the opportunity, bringing me on, man. And we always chat back and forth, man. But I'm happy to have you on. But for the people who been under a rock and really don't know where to find you, man, where can they find you at?
Man, look at this guy. He's just making me seem like I'm just like my OG say, I'm just Skywalker. I'm just Skywalker. They said my audio sound a little off. I'll turn me up a little bit. See.
Let's see here.
If you can hear me out there, if you don't know where to find me, you can now at Dallas Cowboys. Actually, you got the other one down there, but it's all good.
Okay.
Dallas Cowboys Network.
Okay.
On YouTube, Dallas Cowboys Network, you can subscribe, follow there. But on Twitter is where we can really interact back and forth a lot too.
Okay.
And that's at Skywalker still. So yeah, that's where you can find me, man.
Yeah.
I will drop some stuff on the Cowboys universe, but we are going to be transferring all the way to Dallas Cowboys Network.
Gotcha. So Cowboys Network, man. So like I said, man, still brought me on. Oh, he said still fix your mic quality. I don't know what that means. Can you not hear him? Let me turn Sky up.
Over here, let me see.
Yeah, so I got you.
Good. Hey, we live. That's what
we got you cranked. We got you cranked, man. So I can hear you good. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go check it out here.
All right, we good.
Well, you can go ahead. I'm gonna test it out.
All right, man. So we're gonna keep things moving. So, like I said, man, it was a bad loss on Monday, but so that's something to say. So Skywalker, man, like I was saying, he brought me on the show back in February, and I actually went back and actually watched that show. And back then, man, we was star-eyed, as we would say. We was very hopeful about the season. We thought things were going to get into momentum. We had Mike McCarthy. We was excited about that. A lot of different changes going on in Dallas. We was very excited. That was pre-draft. Then we drafted CeeDee Lamb, Trevon Diggs. Lots of different changes with this offensive line, defensive line, and whatnot. But Skill, tell us right now, bro, what is going on?
Offensively, defensively, the whole team?
Yeah, the whole team. They're saying something like he got a bad mic quality.
Yeah, I know. That's what I heard too. I was going to mention that too. I have no idea why it sounded like that. I can try to plug in one of my other mics, but I don't normally sound like that. I'm gonna give a mic check 1 second.
All right, let's do a mic check, man. You know, it was a funny story, man. When I came on the show for the first time, this is exactly what happened, man. So history kind of repeats itself. So let me see. Let me
plug in. Then this is my best mic, but let me plug in another one and see if it'll work for you.
Yeah,
give me a sec.
All right, we're gonna do some work, y'all. We gonna get it right though. We gonna get it right, man. Let's see. Yeah, we got him. Audio's good on my end. If not, man, we gonna get it right, man. So let's hop in the chat real quick, man, while we wait on Still to get it right. So let's see here. Shouts out to my guy, the Lunatic, man. Said I remember those days, the days before the injuries. Yeah, man, we was so excited about this team. Pre-injury, man, we had a lot of big expectations. Ended up running into a buzzsaw. Let's see.
I'm sounding like Darth Vader.
That's the force, man. That's the force.
Let me get the mic check. Hold on.
I mean, you sound good to me.
Check, mic check. Yeah, I mean, I sound fine to me, but yeah, it not really sounding any different, but
hey.
Y'all let me know if this works out for y'all. I'll rock out like this.
We can rock out. Let's rock out, man. Let's just rock out. So let's get back to it, man. Let's just rock out, man.
It said I sound like Static Shock. Static Shock.
Hey, some people saying it's
funny, but I'm good.
Static Shock, man. There we go. They actually supposed to be making a Static Shock movie.
Yes, I saw that.
Shouts out to Edwin Cruz. This team needs a culture change. Have to get rid of the country club mentality. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that tonight. The anime savage Sky Fix your mic quality. He did. We gonna rock out. Let's see here. The Lunatic, what's up, bro? Brandon Boys. Yo, Pat, 1984, feel your pain. I'm a Cowboys fan and Florida State. Yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan and a Florida State fan too. Let's see here. And shout out to my guy, Nix, man. So like I was saying,
shout out to you, Nix.
Like I was saying, Sky, man, when we first met, man, we were so excited about the season. And then everything just started coming as a downfall, man. Injury after injury, loss after loss. So explain to us, bro, what actually is going on right now?
I think you have a team that's just not together from the top to the bottom.
Okay.
I'm talking from the front office to the coaches to the players. Listen, that report came out. Okay, I understand that. I guess there's an anonymous source. I think that's soft. That's whack anyway.
Right.
I think anonymous source is always whack.
Right.
But let's be real, man. This is two coaching staffs, back-to-back years, two completely different coaching staffs, and we're still seeing problems with the players.
Right.
I truly do believe the previous coaching staff was an issue and we needed to move forward. However, I'm starting to believe even more the players are the bigger issue.
Right.
There's a lot of the same players with the entirely new set of coaches, man.
Right.
There is. And we're seeing players regress. We're seeing players not get better. And we're seeing our high-priced guys, and I'm specifically speaking on the defense side of the ball, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, defensive focus.
We're seeing our high-priced guys not show up week in and week out. And then when you come out and you talk about the coaches, there's a disconnect right there.
Right.
And then you have the front office lying to our faces, saying, oh, we like what we have. Right. Everything's fine. If that's the case, either A, you're dumb, or B, you're blind.
Right.
So you're not fooling me. I know they're not fooling you, J-Tuck.
Right. Nah, not at all.
So I just think you have this disconnect and this dysfunction from the top to the bottom, and it feels like it's even more dysfunctional than it was before. If that's even possible, it feels that way.
Right. So we mentioned we can see it, you can see it from the couch. So why do you think that they can't see it in-house? Do you think it's just arrogance that, hey, they're just going to roll and just say that they're right when we all know that they're wrong? Like, what do you think the actual reason is why they can't recognize that we don't have the talent to compete right now on the defensive side of the ball specifically?
I hate to do this to Cowboys fans and people that watch, but I don't know. I hate to use that. But what other real explanation can we have sitting from the couch of why they are letting the things happen that they're letting happen? Now, injuries have killed us, J-Tuck.
Right. Let's keep it up. Yeah.
Let's just be real. Right. Injuries have really pretty much practically derailed the season.
Right.
But there's still no excuse for hustle.
Right.
There's still no excuse for mental lapses.
Right.
And I wish I had this clip for you, but Bart Scott said, I think it was today actually, he said that, listen, I played under Mike Nolan. Mm-hmm. Mike Nolan's not stupid.
Right.
Mike Nolan knows what he's doing. Now, does that mean his defenses have been good? No, they haven't been doing good.
Right.
But the issues that a lot of analysts and former players are seeing on the field isn't a scheme thing.
Right.
It's mental lapses, right?
Right.
It's big plays being continued to give up. It's not setting the edge. It's your linebacker who you pay so much money, right?
Right.
So much money to being inconsistent.
Right.
I get it. Coach, somebody's got to fall on the sword, and it's got to be Mike Nolan. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. His resume isn't that great, but these players aren't either.
Right. And I think Cowboys fan, like he was saying, with these players not being as great, I think we're responsible for a lot of this because we hype a lot of these players up. We put them on a pedestal, and we have to start realizing, hey, man, these guys aren't as good as what we thought. I mean, we go back to the whole summer. We were so excited to get Everson Griffin, Don Terry Poe, these type of players, but there was a reason why they kind of sat on the shelves for so long. Maybe they just wasn't as good as we expected. And so when it comes to Jalen Smith, possibly, like, we like Jalen because of his story, of his background. He hustles. He does the whole swipe thing. But maybe when it comes to comparing him against other NFL linebackers, he really just doesn't have the full capacity as we think he is in Dallas. And so if you're Mike McCarthy right now still, do you clean house and wait till you get your own players in? Do we kind of go the college route and give him some time to get his own guys in? Okay.
I mean, he doesn't have to clean house, but we have to give him time. there's too many people calling out Mike McCarthy saying that we need to fire Mike. Even if you think he's not the guy, you still have to give him a chance to prove that. My man gave Jason Garrett 10 years. I ain't saying give him 10.
Right.
And I understand that's a different scenario. That's like his son.
Right.
That's
yeah.
Irvin. That's my son. That's
Right.
Jason Garrett. That's
right.
his son.
Right. That's his son.
But can we give the coach more than 6 weeks? Can we just listen? I know, Tuck, you don't like him.
Okay. All right. Let's say, man, I was over it week 2, man. I was over the whole Mike McCarthy thing week 2. But I'll let you go. We'll give him a little bit more time, man. But what have you seen from Mike McCarthy thus far that gives you any glimpse of hope that this is going to work out?
It's funny because the real answer to your question is there's nothing on his team that's giving me hope except for number 4.
Right. Right.
But again, I'm trying to be real about the situation at hand. And as fans, we don't care about all that other shit. We don't care about injuries. We don't care. Right. But man, I find it hard to find a team that would be a very good ball squad with 7 different offensive line units running out there with your number 1 quarterback gone. Right. Your running back's just not playing well.
Right.
Your players on defense in the back end. I say this all the time on my channel, Tuck. When they decided to stand pat with the secondary, you now need your front 7 to be elite.
Right.
And it's not anything close to being elite.
Right.
So you put a lot of pressure on a porous already secondary, average at best is what we thought.
Right.
There's a lot of no names.
Right.
And now you're putting so much pressure on them and you're not getting pressure in the front end, so you have a bad defense. Or at least a very inconsistent defense. Some people would tell you defense isn't that bad. Dog, is bad.
Right. It's horrible.
It's bad.
it's horrible. It's horrible.
There's no getting around it.
Right.
But the reason why I'm not panic mode with the coach, sorry, guys. We were on the fly here. The reason why I'm not panic mode with the coach is because he is dealing with a very injury-riddled season under extreme circumstances with COVID. And I get other teams are going through similar things, but guess what? I mean, look in our own division.
Right.
2 new coaches, and their teams are terrible.
Right.
I think you got a team like the Browns who are doing okay.
Yeah.
Right? Schedule's not that great, though. They beat us, but
right.
You got who else? The Panthers? They're doing okay, but guess what? Those teams got 1 and 2 more wins. It's not like they're undefeated.
Right.
So we're seeing the COVID have an effect on this team and other teams around the league. The problem is, are those teams as injured as we are? Because we have 13 players on IR, and they're not just normal players.
Right. So. These are impact players. Right. Yeah. And here's the thing. As of right now, I want to give Mike McCarthy a pass, but I was over the Mike McCarthy thing week 2, man. And we'll talk about what happened on Monday night. But when I actually, as a Dallas Cowboys fan, turned off my TV is when we were down 28-3, and we went for a 58-yard field goal.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's when I politely just took off my jersey, took off my hat, turned off the TV, and went upstairs because it's 28-3. We go for a 58-yard field goal, but when we're playing the Rams and we're down by 3 to Jared Goff, man, we got to go for it. We want to be aggressive. So why now? Why now? And I feel like with the decision making, and if you go back to the Browns game with the whole watermelon kick and not kicking the ball down the field, these decisions have just been unexplainable throughout this entire season. I really can't understand the decision making of this team.
It's definitely been uneven. There's been times where I've been encouraged because I'm like, okay, we're more aggressive.
Right.
At the beginning of the year, I'm like, okay, I was upset week 1 about these weird ass going forward and 4th downs and stuff. But then we come to find out this is what you're going to do.
Right.
And I said, okay, if that's what you're going to do it. That way I'm not having this expectation and I'm let down and I'm mad.
Right.
So if you don't convert it, it's just part of what we are.
Right.
But then, like you said, the Browns thing made no sense to me.
Right.
I don't think that's a McCarthy decision, though. I think that was John Bones Fossil, or John, whoever the hell, who honestly we need to have conversation about.
Yeah, I agree.
The 58-yard field goal attempt is definitely a McCarthy decision, and I hated it. I don't understand that at all. But again, we're talking 28-3, so am I really gonna be like, yeah, I can't believe you made that call when the game is over? So yes, it's been an uneven year for decision making for Mike McCarthy, but he's also still getting a hold of this team. I'm not making any excuses. What I'm saying is I need to see more from Mike.
Right.
Even though the team is down bad, even though we have injuries and things like that, I still need to see more from not just him either, but the
Right.
whole entire coaching staff.
Right.
You know, it sounds funny, but a lot of people want to throw Joe Philbin. Is it Joe Philbin?
Yeah, Joe, the offensive line coach.
Offensive line coach.
Yeah.
Under the bus, honestly, I probably give him the most kudos so far.
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
I do, because he's dealing with a mash unit.
Right.
And you would think that mash unit would be last in the league in sacks.
Right.
It's not that. It's bad, right? It's a bad offensive line.
Right. Right.
But it's not so bad that we can't win some of these games because of it.
Right. I agree.
We could have won a lot of, at least 2 or 3 of these games with a mash unit at offensive line.
Right.
To me, and that's not Dak. Dak hasn't been sacked 5-6 times.
Right.
Right. So to me, I got to give Joe Philbin a little bit of credit here. Other than that, I need more from everybody else.
Yeah, and I think the frustrating part for me, to be honest with you, we have 6 previous head coaches on this staff. And so I just thought, man, when we came into this season, man, I thought we were going to limit these stupid mistakes. I thought things were going to be a lot sharper. I thought we were going to see effort, more blue-collar football. It just hasn't been that, and there really hasn't been anything to get me excited about. The one thing that keep Cowboys fans excited is Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. That's it. That's it. We saw a flash.
Offense.
Yeah, offense. And that's what sells tickets. We all know what sells tickets. Jerry likes to sell tickets. But defensively, man, there really hasn't been much to hang our hat on besides Tristan Hill, who is now out. And then you can see some flashes of Joe Thomas as well. But everything else is just been scrambled. And so I'm not sure, how do we actually fix it? So if right now we're getting Randy Gregory back, we're getting Leighton Vander Esch back, and you mentioned off screen, we're getting some of these guys back, possibly Cheeto soon. Sean Lee's injury, it sounded horrible than what I expected it was. I guess his ab ripped from his body or something. They had to
surgery on that.
Yeah. And so he's back to practice this week. So do you think that this season is salvageable, especially this defense at this point?
Oh, yeah, for sure, because our division is terrible. So you have a lot to play for.
Right.
I was telling my buddy, I said, I don't want to see us lose at all, but if it gets to a point week 10, we're still looking like this. It's like, can somebody in the division put us out of our misery?
Right.
So we can prepare to move forward, because by week 10, you pretty much know.
Right.
You pretty much know, but not in this division.
No, they string us along, man.
Yeah, by week 10, 4 wins, 3 wins may be leading the division.
Right.
So it gives you reason as a player and a coach to still go 120%, even though you already should. But let's be real, they're humans.
Right.
If by week 13 we're 2-11,
right,
they're not going out there playing 120%. They're not even going out there playing 120% now.
Right.
Right.
And so why do you think the effort isn't there? Like from coaching staff to coaching staff,
culture. It's
culture,
the culture. It's not the coaches.
Yeah.
Like. Here's the thing about last year when we talk about Jason Garrett. It wasn't because Jason Garrett was the worst coach in the league.
Right.
It wasn't because Jason Garrett didn't have success. He didn't have success. He had success.
Right.
Right. He won division titles. He won two playoff games. Two playoff games. Yeah. Right. He had his little tiny bitty success.
Right.
It was that you were here for 10 years and you plateaued.
Right.
You couldn't punch through.
Right.
Right. So when we talk about the coaching, then that's what we're talking about. He 10 years, fam. It's a wrap.
Right.
We need to see something else. When we talk about coaches right now, we're talking schematically. We're talking about, are these guys, motivated? It's too early to blame everything on coaching. But the tape shows me the players are most responsible.
Okay.
I know a lot of people want to put the coaches' heads on a platter, but I think the players are most responsible. The culture is most responsible, and the culture starts above the coaches.
Right.
Culture over coaches.
Right.
Go look at these other championship type teams, the Ravens, the Steelers, the Patriots, and things like that. There is a culture from the top down that when you go to that team, there's a certain way you have to act and behave and be and play.
Right.
Come to Dallas, man. You got the glitz, you got the glamour, you got the commercials, you got Xavier Woods going on TV in the offseason and all these little shows talking about, oh yeah, man, we're switching things up. It's all about the camera.
Right.
How many times did you see a Ravens defender on all these TV shows?
Never.
Talking about their scheme and stuff.
Never.
Okay.
Never. Never.
Okay.
And so basically what my guy Skywalker is telling us, fam, we're screwed. Because the culture ain't never going to change. As long as those guys are at the top, man, it's just going to remain that. It's just like I said yesterday on Twitter, man, we are ran like a business brand, not like a football organization. We are the Apple of the NFL. No matter what, they're going to repackage this product. They're going to shining it up. We're going to be out there buying tickets. We're going to go and tailgate and do all this thing, buy merchandise. And, you know what I'm saying, Jerry Jones and the Cowboys don't have to deliver. And I just don't know what's actually ever going to change that. We've seen from coaching staff to coaching staff, but the same issue still remains. Our players are Hollywood. We're seeing it already in week 7. Anonymous sources are starting to come out and complain. It's just too much. I just don't see this going on in any other NFL organization. I don't see, Chiefs players going out with the media talking about, back and forth on Twitter. But the Cowboys players, they'll go back and forth with us on Twitter all day. They'll fight with us, but they won't fight against Baker Mayfield or Kyler Murray. Oh no, that's way too much of an ass. But they'll come at us and block us and talk so reckless to us. And so, man, I just don't know what it's going to take to really get this Cowboys organization back on the right track, man. So
you need a coach that can, I hate to say it, but you need a coach that can overcome it. I think it sounds crazy, but the one thing I gave Jason Garrett a lot of credit for was being able to maintain a steady hand under Jerry Jones.
Right.
That was rare once Jimmy Johnson left. Even with Jimmy wasn't a steady. Jimmy was here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Always,
on 10. Right.
Always here. And Jerry said, I don't ever want to deal with that again.
Right.
That kind of personality.
Right.
Then we start sucking.
Right.
He was like, all right, listen, we need to get somebody in here that can change the culture.
Right.
And he got him another Jimmy and Bill Parcells.
Right.
Parcells said, nah, fam.
Yeah.
You went and got T.O. Granted, he helped.
Right.
But I can't do this.
Right.
Can't do this. I don't have control.
Right.
I'm out. And then he brought in a guy who was the steady hand.
Right.
Wasn't going to go against Jerry Jones.
Right.
But was still going to do him at the same time.
Right.
I gave Jason a lot of credit for being able to maintain a steady hand. And he did change the culture, believe it or not, guys.
Right.
He changed the culture under Coach. They called him Cupcake. I hate to do that, but under Wade Phillips.
And we want him back right now. It seems like.
You remember the Wade Phillips days?
Yeah, I hated Wade Phillips, man. I was anti Wade Phillips too, man.
It was wilding, fam.
Right.
It was bringing in Adam Jones and Tank Johnson, and I think he had T.O. wilding now.
Yeah,
we were 13-3 in 07 or what have you, and whatever. But the Wade Phillips days, man, were rough.
Yeah.
In regards to the culture.
Yeah, and like I said, I thought Mike McCarthy and the staff was going to be more cut from that cloth. I mean,
I did.
I just don't see it, man. I don't see any accountability. Even going back. So let's go back to what happened on Monday night, man. So let's talk about that. So Monday night, man, embarrassment. AT&T Stadium, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals came in and just dog walked us, man. But I didn't see any accountability on the players. Like, even when Ezekiel Elliott fumbled twice, he came in, what, four plays later? 4 or 5 plays later? Like, it wasn't long. And so
we were talking on the chat or on the stream, he's got to sit this one out.
Right. And like I said on yesterday's show, picture we're the New England Patriots. He fumbles twice. We might not never see Zeke touch that field again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been players who, like, played for the Patriots, had a great game, and showed up late the next day to film session, and he's off the team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no accountability. And granted, Zeke came out and admitted it's on his shoulders. He has to play better. Don't tell me do better, man. Like, it's been long enough. You have to get things under control. But who is holding these players accountable? And I just don't see it. So let's go to Monday, man. What happened Monday night? Do you say it's the injuries, the defense? Was it on Andy Dalton? Like, where we put the focus on besides the defensive side of the ball? Because that's where I'm focusing on. But
well, I think what made this game get away on Monday was the offense's inability to sustain a drive. Once the defense was holding up in the first quarter and some change, right?
For a little bit.
It was 0-0.
Yeah.
They were holding up.
Right.
It wasn't until Zeke fumbled. And then he fumbled again.
Right.
And then met him back to the the Cardinals, and it was not going to take long.
Right.
It's so funny because during the stream I was saying, okay, the defense is having, they're coming out pretty strong, but can they hold up?
Right.
That was one thing I was worried about. And listen, let's just be real. The offense cannot continue to turn the ball over the way they are.
Right.
It's going to be it's at a historic rate right now.
Right.
What I have been telling people is, okay, yes, the offense turned the ball over, but that doesn't mean the defense has to automatically give up a touchdown every single time.
Right.
I get that always putting them in a tough position.
Right.
So I think what happened and what made the game get away from us was the offense's inability to not turn the ball over.
Right.
And then once the floodgates opened defensively, that was a wrap. And it was the bomb.
Right.
I think the bomb was the one that just broke it.
Right.
Because now they're up 21-14. There's no pressure on the Cardinals.
Right. They can do whatever they want. They
can do whatever they want. They're not scared of nobody on the defense. Kyler's just playing with his feet. He's just having a ball with his feet. He didn't beat us through the air, guys.
Right.
He didn't. He beat us with his legs.
Right.
You know, I know
which we all knew. Which we all knew was coming.
Which we all knew.
Right.
He came in averaging 60 yards per game.
Right.
He was the second leading rusher on the team by 18 yards, less than 18 yards. That's it. So, and he leads the team in rushing touchdowns.
Right.
So, and we've seen Jalen try to keep up.
Right.
No.
Right.
No. So I think the reason why we lost, but got away was because of the offense.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, I don't want to place the blame on Andy Dalton, but you do see the drop off from number 4 to Andy Dalton. It definitely made a difference. Then you see Zach Martin go down. I'm just like, damn, man, what else can you do to us offensively, man? Like, we just see all these injuries happening. But like I said, I just don't feel confident right now that this team can keep up with NFL teams. I just don't. I just don't see it how it's going to happen. Yeah, not with Andy Dalton. And that's no knock to Andy Dalton. Like I said 100 times on this show, asking Dak Prescott to overcome all these coaching errors that we spoke about, this horrible defense, constantly turning on the ball, that was a tall ask. So to come in and ask Andy Dalton to overcome that, that's just way too much for his pay grade right now. And so I'm just not sure, because we all know, and we definitely know what's going to happen on Sunday, is they're going to try to take the ball away from Ezekiel Elliott. And they're going to send them dogs at Andy Dalton and make him make decisions. And when Andy Dalton almost threw that duck interception when he double clutched it, I said, okay, here we go. Yeah. We got some Cooper Rush action going on. We got a little, a little Brandon Wheaton. This is not going to be anything different, man. And so, like I said, Cowboys fam, I am not sure what the Cowboys can do to actually turn this season around. I saw someone just posting in the chat, bring in DiNucci, but I saw.
I was just about to bring that up. Go ahead.
So would you go to Ben DiNucci? Let me ask you that.
You lose 2 more games? Yes.
Okay.
I mean, what do you got to lose?
Right.
Ben DiNucci is a 4-year contract. He's on his team for a while. If you go down and you're 2-6,
right,
Andy Dalton is not playing well.
Right.
You have absolutely nothing to lose to see if this young guy can at the very least be a competent backup for the near future.
Right.
So, yeah, I would turn to him. But not right now. Let's see if Dalton can put something together, which, listen, guys, it ain't going to get easier against Washington, and we'll get to Washington.
Right.
It's not going to get easier, but Andy Dalton, we all try to warn people that it's a primetime game.
Right.
And in primetime, Andy Dalton has been terrible.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that out. I was like, man, he picked the wrong organization, too, if he can't play well in primetime games, man.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm like, but hell, he might start flexing some of those games moving forward.
So what you need is the rest of the team around Andy Dalton to rise up. And it's not fair to the previous quarterback because you needed them to do the same thing.
Right.
But even more with him at the helm, because we all knew in our heart of hearts, okay, we get down with Dak.
Right.
Big deal. We'll come back. Can we just pull it out at the end?
Right.
Once we went down 14-0 with Dalton,
it was a wrap.
If we're being real with ourselves.
Right.
It was a wrap.
It was a wrap. It was a wrap. Honestly, for me, it was a wrap before we even took the field on Sunday. But, but like I said, I want to give Andy Dalton a shot, man. But like you said, man, Cincinnati got the first pick for a reason. Like, he just isn't that quarterback. Now, if we probably would have took another option that we spoke about in our last time we met this past summer, then maybe would have had a chance, to pull off
the. You talking about Cam?
I mean,
listen, bro. I brought that up on the stream, and I was like, oh wait, I forgot Cam he wasn't coming here. Cam wasn't coming here. You know this.
Why wasn't he?
Cam wants to play.
Hey, man, if we would have had the opportunity to bring in Cam Newton as a backup, man, I think he would have did it for a little bit. Because here's the thing, we didn't bring Andy Dalton in for a backup position, man. We brought him. Let me clarify.
Go.
We brought him in as an insurance policy in case there was a holdout with Dak Prescott. Why do you think this contract is structured the way it is? For a backup quarterback to have playoff incentives, you got to win a certain amount of games for a backup? Why would you do that?
Wait a minute. So you're under the belief we signed Andy Dalton as an insurance policy or to be the guy?
Not as an insurance policy, not to be the guy, but that was the kind of to hold Dak's feet to the fire in case he wanted to hold out.
How though? They tagged him.
But if Dak didn't show up or something like that, or he, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what the agent was going to go with it. So I feel like the Cowboys bringing in Andy Dalton was a way to say, hey, we got a brand new coaching staff. If you're going to miss out on training camps and different things like that and OTAs and, you know, do your thing, well, we're fully confident going in with Andy Dalton. Because before, when we had Cooper Rush, we had no leverage against Dak Prescott. But now that was kind of one to push a little slight nudge. You don't think so? So if you're Andy Dalton, why do you come to Dallas on a 1-year deal with all these incentives that you have to win game, playing under a quarterback who hasn't had any injuries, who is extremely durable, just to ride the pine? What benefit that have been for you just by staying at home?
Andy Dalton is not Cam in the sense of Cam's hunger to want to win and play and fire and be the best is evident.
Right.
Andy Dalton played for 9 years in Cincinnati, miserable years almost, had a terrible last 3 or 4 years. Andy Dalton didn't come here to be the starter. Andy Dalton came here to, just like you said, Dak is not going to miss a game. So I can sit on this sideline, get healthy, recoup, learn under Mike McCarthy, collect the easy check, and get better off the field. Because sometimes you can get better, you know, with your IQ, with your mentality off the field, and then let's see who wants me the next year. Because guess what? Nathan Peterman's still in the league. All these other bomb quarterbacks are still in the league. So he was going to get a job the following year somewhere, be it a backup, be it a third string, be it a starter. But it is evident, J-Tuck, he did not want to play because he could have went anywhere else in a couple other different places and actually competed to start, actually started, right?
Right.
He could have went to these teams.
He could have.
Decided to come here to chill.
But we all know Jerry Jones, the salesman, sold him on the idea that there's a possibility he could be playing in Dallas. There's no way I don't believe that they came and say, you know what, Andy, we want to bring you in as a backup. You're really not going to play. We're going to put these incentives in place that you got to win a playoff game and get some extra million in your contract.
So when Andy tells you that I'm coming here not to be the starter, you just don't flat out believe him?
No, not at all. Not at all. What NFL quarterback would want to come just to be a backup when you mentioned all the starting opportunities out there?
Of quarterbacks get signed to be just that.
If you want to get an NFL job, you got to get film somewhere. You got to get an opportunity somewhere. So why not go interview at New England?
Do you? Because I must say Nathan Peterman is employed.
I'm saying I 1,000% believe, bro, there was some backdoor conversations with Andy Dalton that there's a possibility you could play this year. And that's why he chose Dallas. Whether it's going to be a holdout from Dak Prescott.
I mean, of course there's a possibility from injury.
Right. But I'm saying, but why wouldn't you choose another place when you're playing behind one of the most durable quarterbacks at the time in the NFL?
Because he don't want to be a starter, is what I'm trying to tell you.
I think he did. He did want to be a starter, man.
Why would you come to Dallas if you want to start with a quarterback that's franchise tag that doesn't miss games?
Because we have this owner that sold him. That business owner that sells us on tickets even when we're going to be horrible.
So this isn't Dalton saying he wants to come to be a starter. You're saying he's persuaded by the owner. That's two different things.
But I'm saying that got into play with it. He was coming as an insurance policy for Dak Prescott in case anything went over for his contract, that Dak, he would be the insurance policy.
Instead of going to the Patriots, you ain't got to worry about none of this.
They sold him.
Hoping somebody holds out. Hoping somebody gets hurt. You can just go over there and be the starter for a 6-time Super Bowl champion. You came to a dysfunctional organization to hope that Dak Prescott holds out, to hope that he gets hurt.
Because he was sold on the idea, bro. I'm telling you.
You're making my point. He himself did not come here to be the starter. You are telling me he was sold on that by Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Cam Newton would have not come to Dallas because he wants to go be a starter, and that was not happening in Dallas. That's my point.
That's your point. he has the mic in his hand. He didn't do a mic drop on me, man. So we got some more to get into. But like I said, man, I think Cam Newton would have came to Dallas because Jerry Jones would have sold him on the idea of coming to Dallas. And if he was playing on quarterback on Monday night, we'd have fared a lot better than we did with Andy Dalton.
Of course.
Okay.
We're operating in this
and for a whole lot cheaper too. So,
but we're operating in a fantasy zone, Tuck.
He got sold. Andy Dalton got sold on it, bro. He got sold, man. But let's transition from Monday night's game. Let's get ready for Sunday at noon. So we face the Washington football team, man. So we know about their D-line. We know about Chase Young and all these guys, Payne coming off. How do we beat Washington? Do you think we actually can get back on track? Because shots out to Mr. Personality, he's an Eagles fan. They couldn't do it. So how does the Dallas Cowboys actually go and beat Washington and actually get some momentum? Do you think it's a possibility, or do you think we're going to hold another L?
It's definitely a possibility. That's not a good team. That's not a good team. The two teams we beat are not good teams. Now, granted, Dak Prescott played in 1.5 of those games. Took a miracle on one and actually 2 last-second field goals.
Right.
So, yes, they can beat them, but this isn't even a game about hows. This is a game about have-tos.
Right.
It doesn't matter how it happens.
Okay.
I mean, let's just be real. You're at a point in the season where, man, people are coming out talking in the media. You're getting blown out on Monday Night Football. Your injury delayed, all this stuff.
Right.
Or not delayed, injury riddled, all this stuff. At this point, it's just come out and get it done.
Right.
And I don't want to, I hate to say it, man. Zeke is fumbling a little bit here. So I want to see them mix in a little bit more TP.
Right. I agree.
I do.
I agree.
Maybe, yes, you have to get the ground game going because they're really good in the pass game.
Right.
So you got to get the ground game going, but mix it up. Mix it up with TP and Zeke and see if we can build off of that. And Mr. Personality, I don't block nobody. I don't block unless you want your what do you call it, a bot or something like that. So you must have said something that got my mods and it got you, but
it got you.
I don't block nobody, fam.
I do though.
Yeah. So you look fine to me. I don't know what you must have said something in one of my chats.
Yeah. Hey, when it happens, man, like DMX say, man, when it rains, people get wet, stay dry. So going back to Washington, man, I personally, Cowboys fam, don't kill me. I don't feel confident about this game. I feel like Washington's defense, they're going to be able to cause trouble. I feel like they're going to key in on that run game. Now, granted, Zeke cannot turn the ball over, but I feel like even if we want to establish this run game with this O-line, we may not have the opportunity to. I mean, we just saw Brandon Knight go out, so who's going to be playing the left tackle position? We don't know. Terrence Steele, he must got something. Oh, is it going to be Cam Irving?
Cam Irving's coming back.
Oh, your Lord.
Yep, he's back in practice. He is going to be Cam.
So Cam Irving, Terrence Steele, and then we're going to have
my cousin.
McGovern. Is he for real?
No.
About to say, because I was like, boy, you need to text him, man, because he is complete hot. You know what I'm saying? He's playing a little bit better, but man, when he gets lined up on those one-on-one matchups, he just can't handle himself. So I am concerned about the pass rush, and I'm really concerned about establishing the run game. And like I've been saying all year, man, we cannot protect the football. If you cannot protect the football and you cannot play defense, that is not a formula to win football games. And here's my concerns. Granted, Washington's offense isn't as high octane as we've seen thus far, but we sat back and watch how we played against the Giants, who at the time had a bad offense. Jason Garrett and that offense and Daniel Jones was able to do whatever they want, whenever they wanted, and it wasn't for a few little penalties, which one of them I didn't think was a penalty, but they called it on the pick. That's the reason that saved us in the game. And so what makes me think that we can actually go out there and handle business versus Washington team when we've seen them kind of spark what they did against Philly and even some of these other games, they had some momentum. They just flamed out, in the tail end.
There's nothing you can say to give us confidence, right?
Right.
Like there really isn't. We're coming off of one of our worst performances in a long time, and we have the injuries that we have. So it's really nothing to say like, oh, we got to come out here and you got to do this and you got to do that, because we've been saying these things that we have to do all year.
Right.
We knew we had to run the ball. We can't.
Right. We can't.
We know we have to protect the ball. For whatever reason, we can't.
Right.
We know we have to take the ball away. We can't. We know we have to put pressure on this quarterback who's not even that good. Now that's where we did come in and did a better job against Daniel Jones.
Right.
So if there is something to hang your hat on that you hope, it's that Washington hasn't been a great pass blocking unit either.
Right.
So you hope that these guys like Griffin show up, these guys like D-Law shows up. I believe is Randy going to get some tick?
I mean, he's back. I mean, he should be back. I mean, he didn't get the David Irving treatment where you're able just to come back and just play, soon you're off of, your suspension and layoff, but Randy Gregory should be back this week. And so I'm not sure, how many reps he's going to get. He's going to be on a snap count or what, but at this point, toss him out there, man. Like,
yeah, right. Get as much juice as you can get.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe you get some juice by this pass rush, but I'm not really afraid of their weapons. I know they got Scary Terry, right? Scary Terry and Logan Thomas are probably their two best targets, but Logan Thomas he's athletic. He's a former quarterback.
Right.
But so I'm not worried. Kyle Allen is going to throw you some.
Right.
He's going to throw you some. They have some juice with the is it Gibson?
Yeah, Gibson. Yeah,
the
running back
kid in the backfield. They got some juice, but their offense is not good, man. It's bad. Kyle Allen put together a couple good drives last week against the Giants, but he's nobody.
Right.
So I guess if you had to say what is your saving hope is, it's that you're playing a bad offense. And I know, like you just said, that the Giants,
right?
They didn't necessarily have their way like all the way through. There was a possession where they pretty much got gifted a touchdown from penalties, and then it was a pick six.
Right.
But they did more than you want from a terrible offense.
Right.
And Dak's not here.
Right. So. and that's the hard part. Is like you got this defense we're trying to overcome. Plus, Dak's not here. It's like, all right, so now it really just unbalances things. You really just don't know with this Dallas Cowboys team, man. And I just haven't seen enough that gives me confidence, man. I just feel like that's where we're at right now. And so hopefully we can beat Washington. Yeah, man. And it's hard, Cowboys fan. I've seen a lot of people have been asking in chat, so what's next? So what's next? So what's next? So I'm going to ask you that question because they probably don't want to hear from me because I'll tell you what's next. But let me ask, what is next for this Cowboys team? Do you think we have enough to actually make a playoff push and win this division? I personally think we can win this division, honestly.
I don't have the confidence to say it because I haven't seen the quarterback plays a big, huge part in this.
Right.
I know he's a backup, but damn it.
Right.
So what? I don't have confidence in my quarterback to go out there and win some of these games.
Right.
So I don't have confidence in this team to win the division right now as we sit here on October 21st.
Right.
That could change by putting together some wins. I talked about at the Arizona Cardinals game. I said, hey, the Cardinals game was the one during this 4 out of 5 games where you got the Giants, or the 3 out of 4. You got the Giants, you got the Redskins,
right?
Got the Eagles, and you got the Cardinals.
Right.
If we could squeak by the Cardinals, you could put something together. If not, you still have 2 bad teams after you, but guess what? You're a bad team yourself.
Right.
So I don't really have confidence to say we're going to win the division, but guess what? I don't got confidence to say the Eagles are, the Giants are, or the Redskins are. They're all terrible.
Right.
So I got to see, give me about 3 games under Dalton, and I'll have an answer for you.
Well, let me ask you this question to kind of piggyback off that. Do you even want that? As a Cowboys fan, do you want to win the division, kind of back our way up? We can talk crap to a few Eagles fans in the chat and on Twitter, we got a division channel, and then all of a sudden we get blown out the playoffs. Our draft pick is a lot later than when it should be. Is that what you really want? Or are you one of those fans that kind of just want to have the opportunity, and if we're able to get in the playoffs, miracles happen?
I'm not a tank guy, man.
Right.
I hate going through losing seasons like this. It's not fun, man. It's just not. So if you're speaking logically, yes, if you know your team, if you know at the beginning of the season or the middle of the season or whatever, that your team is just going absolutely nowhere, the logical side of you says, suck, get the best draft pick, blah, blah, blah. Right. I understand it. I don't get mad at people that say that. That's just not me.
Right.
I want to see us win the division. I do. I don't think a draft pick is going to just change this team next year. I don't think a rookie class is going to just change this team next year. So I want to see these guys fight. I hate to use that because we talk about that.
Right. Finish the fight. Fight. Yeah, I just want this team to start the fight. Don't finish it. Just start it.
Right. They're not even. They're getting pushed around.
Right. Terry Poe.
I'd rather my guys go out 7-9 swinging.
Right.
Carry that momentum into next year where you get all these guys back, right?
Right.
And hopefully this is the issue with these cat people. Hopefully they go out and they actually sign players, difference makers,
Right.
not bargain bin shopping.
Right. Right. That's what we've been doing. Yeah, we've been
and hopefully they draft defense.
Right, draft defense. And like I said, guys, I am not a fan of tanking. Like, I don't want to just sit back and lose. But what I'm saying is, right now, I don't feel like we have the capability to win a lot of these games that remains on our schedule. And so what I'm looking forward to use this season as an evaluation period. I want to see a lot of these younger guys like the Reggie Robinsons, Bradley, and I start to get their feet under them, give them more reps, give them more opportunities so we can actually see what do we have with these guys. Like, not maybe so much Ben DiNucci, like you said earlier, like not yet, but probably after the Steelers game, go ahead and toss Ben in there. Let's see what we actually have, because I feel like with the team we have right now, we might be able to beat Washington, might be able to beat New York again, split with Philly, and that's cool.
I find it hard to see us winning 7 games. I just at this moment again.
I don't. I say 5. I say 5 max. I say yesterday they're like, we're gonna go 8-8. I would be jumping on this desk right now if we go 8-8. I'll be okay with 8-8.
If this team goes 8-8 with this team,
right now,
it probably, and I know this is crazy, but it may be a better coaching performance than we've seen in 10 years.
Right.
This team has no business sniffing 8-8.
Right.
None.
Right.
It's just not a good team all around.
Right. Yeah, and I think
that saving grace is we're in a bad division.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's the hard cold facts, y'all. We're just not a good football team right now. Granted, we can probably trump the injury card. I will give you that, but for the most part, man, we've seen it when we're pretty much healthy. It's still the same issues remain. Like besides Blake Jarwin and Van Der Esch against Atlanta, we were fully healthy. We had our O-line. I guess Tyron Smith was out too. But, like, for the most part, the guys that we need to be intact was there. And we saw what happened against Atlanta, also against, the Browns and, those different teams. I just haven't seen it being put together. Now, maybe we can kind of play
we weren't all the way healthy, but
who were we missing? Blake Jarwin, LVE.
Sean Lee, LVE, Tyron Smith, Lyle Collins.
You lucky James don't hear you mention Sean Lee, man, because James probably blow up. He heard you mention Sean.
Hey, I guarantee you, healthy Sean Lee would be better than anybody we got out there right now.
I agree. I want Sean Lee, because here's the thing.
I do too.
Even with Sean Lee back out there, I know there won't be as many miscommunications back there on the defensive side of the ball. I know people are going to be lined up in the right spot. So I trust Sean Lee back there. When he's going to come back, I think maybe 2 to 3 more weeks, I would probably give or take.
What's Sean?
Yeah, for Sean. I mean,
maybe.
Yeah, maybe. What about Cheeto? Any idea on what Cheeto, if he's going to be back?
Hopefully soon.
Right.
we need him, man. It's that bad, and I'm not saying Cheeto's a bad player.
Right.
But is at a point where I'm like, all right, let's move on from Cheeto. Not like get rid of him, cut him, trade him.
Right.
But let's get ready to draft his predecessor, which we did.
Right.
In my opinion. And what's the young cat's name? Trevon Diggs.
Right.
But right now we need him, man. Very much so. Everybody's fan favorite Jordan Lewis isn't good.
Yeah, it's time.
It's not even that he's okay. He's not good.
Yeah, he's just not good. He's just not good. He's a likable kid. I like him on Twitter or whatnot. Like, I like J. Lou, man, but he's just not the answer, man. So,
it's not just him, all right?
Yeah, it's a lot of them.
Players are not good right now.
Hey, I followed on my Xavier Woods sword, man. I was with the ride or die Xavier Woods clan, man, for so long.
I'm done with him.
Yeah, I had to, man. So it's just a lot of these pieces, they really just aren't there, man. And I just don't see it getting better. We went through the whole Earl Thomas and conversations. The Cowboys aren't bringing anybody who's going to have instant impact. So we can kind of just throw that out the window. Like, forget about it. I don't think we make a trade. Do you think we make a trade pre-trade deadline?
If we had Dak, I could see it.
Right.
But with this team, why are we trading picks?
Right, because they're too valuable right now. They're way too valuable right now. Right.
Trading picks for what? I mean, again, we were 3-4, or it was 3-4 before we got Cooper, right?
Right.
3-4.
Right.
That team was intact.
Right.
That team was pretty much intact. I think they knew, all right, dog, we can't get through it with this wide receiver.
Right.
This wide receiver group, we got to go get some.
Right.
There ain't enough picks to There ain't enough picks, Cowboys Nation, to turn this team around defensively right now.
Well, I would disagree because there was 2 first rounds and I think a third that probably could have helped this team, but we won't talk about that.
You talking about Adams?
Yeah.
I still don't think he turns his team around.
It'd be a lot better than what it is right now.
Yeah, it would. It would be. Him and I think Earl Thomas, I think would help save some of these big plays.
Right.
But it's still out. There's no pass rush.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
There's linebacker inconsistencies. Jalen Smith, I don't know what you want to call his season.
Right.
Being nice saying up and down. I don't think he's had a good season. He's had a lot of tackles.
Yeah, he got the stat. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people hold it off. Jalen Smith he's like number 2 in tackles. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that don't mean that means nothing.
Right.
D-Law has not been Griffin.
Right.
So many other players on this team have just not been that good.
Right.
And I think we agree. We agree on Jamal Adams. I wanted to get Jamal Adams. I do know it was a lot. I was torn when it happened. I said, I don't know if I would have pulled the trigger, but if they did, guess what, Tuck? I wouldn't have been mad.
Right. I wouldn't have been mad at all. I wouldn't have been mad at all. Like I said, I was one of the guys that's like, man, you can get a guy. If you have the opportunity to get a guy like that, you just get it and don't think back. And you see what Seattle was able to do, man. And looks like they're about to try to do it again with Antonio Brown. So we'll see.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I love their front office, Tuck.
Yeah.
I talked about it with Brian Broaddus. I said, man, go. How you feeling about your guy up there, Brian? Because that's his guy.
Uh-huh.
I forget his name. Y'all could drop it in the chat. But the general manager up there is his guy.
Uh-huh.
And what I love about him is no matter what.
A general manager? What's that?
Right. No matter what, he is always trying to improve this team, and it's not through the media.
Right.
I repeat, he's always trying to improve this team, and it's not through the media. He's not coming on air, Stephen Jones, and saying, oh, yeah, well, it's a 365-day, talent acquisition a year, bullshit.
Right.
You don't really mean that. Because then you start tossing out cap and all these things. Do you hear the Chiefs general manager come out talking about cap tuck?
No, not at all. Everybody signed. Everybody got their money. Everybody got their money.
Do you hear the Seahawks talk about cap?
Nah.
Do you hear the Rams talk about cap?
Nope.
What do they all go out and do? Marcus Peters, Jalen Ramsey, Jamal Adams,
Tyrann
Mathieu, Frank Clark. All these, they go out and they make moves to make their team better.
Right.
What do? What kind of guy can we get on a bargain bin? Oh, that's a big name.
Right.
Paul.
Right.
Who else can we get? Joe Worley.
Right.
Let me see here.
Right.
Everson Griffin. Like.
Right. It's that bottom shopping, man. It's like when you used to, go as a kid and you want the Fruit Loops, man. Your mom would get you the Fruitios at the very bottom of the shelf. Like, that's what the Dallas Cowboys do. So why do you think that is? Because it's changed. It used to be the opposite. It used to be, Jerry, I'll write the check for whatever. But why do you think? Do you think it's more just Steven in play and he's overriding Jerry?
Oh yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, yes. Jerry's the mouthpiece now, in my opinion. A lot of people, I think he's just the mouthpiece. I think Steven is really running how this team brings in talent.
Right.
It's evident. I mean, you can see the drastic change. It's wild because I championed Steven when he got our cap back together because I'm like, man, Jerry was tripping.
Right.
Trading 2 first-round picks for an old receiver and then another first-round pick and paying him big money for an inconsistent washed receiver.
Right.
And then just paying, Marion Barber, you get paid.
Right.
Jay Ratliff, you get paid. Ken Hamlin, you get paid.
Right.
He was making the most ridiculous contract extension.
Right. Blessing everybody.
So I think Steven said, hey, we got to get a rein on this thing here. I know we're top heavy in contracts, but that's it.
Right.
Under Steven. Under Jerry, everybody was paid.
Right.
And it put us in cap hell. And that was a thing. It's not a thing anymore. So there's no excuse for Steven.
Right.
There isn't. The problem is now you're using that cap as a crutch. And not only now are you trying to get players for the cheap in free agency, but if you pay attention, J-Tuck, they're trying to get their own players for the cheap.
Right.
Leo Collins signed for the cheap.
Right, for the low. Yeah.
Jalen Smith signed for the low.
Right.
Tyron Smith signed for the low. He had a ridiculous. If I'm his agent, listen, I'm firing him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not even just bargain bin shopping in free agency. They're bargain bin extending on the team. And it's evident because guess what? Byron Jones said, listen, I see how y'all operate.
Right.
if y'all ain't gonna meet this demand, I'm out.
Right.
And what he do, go get paid, and he's shutting shit down over there.
Right. Right.
So
right. It comes with the cost.
The whole opposite.
It comes with the cost, man. To get players like that, you have to pay. Like it's just that simple, man. And when it comes to our quarterback next year, let's hopefully something changes and we actually put the money up to actually keep him. So let's hop in the chat real quick, man. Everyone's keeping it lit. I told you I'm gonna keep it for an hour, bro, but the chat's lit. You want to keep going or whatnot?
I'm good. Listen, you know me.
I know.
Listen, anybody that be on my stream, though, good goddamn well. Sometimes I go too damn long, so we good, buddy.
All right, let's keep it rolling, man. So, like, shouts out to everybody. Like I said, follow my guy Skywalker, man, on Twitter, Skywalker Steel, Cowboys Network on YouTube, right?
Yes, sir.
Cowboys Network, man. And for you guys watching this channel right now, Cowboys fans only. I saw someone had some comments. Oh, Cowboys got OnlyFans. Yep. So go ahead and subscribe.
Look, that's because yesterday, I don't know if you left the stream, but I kept seeing Cowboys OnlyFans, Cowboys fans only. And I said, we had this conversation last time you came on. I said, man, you got to do something with that dang name.
Bro, it's there, man. It's there, man. It's stuck, man. It's like
it does stick.
It's stuck, man. I can't change it, man. It's too late now. So speaking of which, go to.
I like how you pushed it though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It all started off from a joke in a group chat. I was gonna start an OnlyFans, and then see, here we are. So you know what I'm saying? Go to cowboysfansonly.com. Shouts out to everyone who's been buying the Zeke merch and whatnot, man. I got a lot of creations over there, so go ahead, hit that up, cowboysfansonly.com, and find me on Twitter. I'm kind of a fire starter. So, like, Sky, he's the voice of reason on Twitter, man. He talks sensible, man. I just throw a grenade out there.
Wow.
I just throw a grenade out there. If it hits somebody, it hits, man. So follow me on Twitter at JTuck151, man. But it just is what it is, man. I feel like we got to keep this Cowboys thing going. It's going to be an up and down season, man. But we have fun. We love what we're doing, man. So like I said, I appreciate you coming on. He's one of the guys that kind of kept encouraging me to help me start this channel, man. So that's why I'm here. So, let's hop with the question: is it the defense or is it the scheme? So I think
I'm guessing they mean players.
Yeah, I think he's probably saying personnel or the scheme. Yeah,
that's such a tricky one. And I do believe what I'm seeing. The players are the bigger issue, but it's hard to say 100% because Mike Nolan's resume.
Right. Which isn't a good resume. Mike McCarthy really just put his homeboy on. He's like, you know what I'm saying? I got a new job in Dallas. Come get on. I'll put you on. I mean, we've done it. I've done it numerous times. But let me ask you this. Are you a fan of the multi-defense? The difference look, possible 3-4, standing up one guy on this play, DeMarcus Lawrence standing up. Or do you want us to commit and say we're going to be a 4-3 team or a 3-4 team and we're just going to run with it?
I don't think they have the personnel to be a mix like we hoped.
Mm-hmm.
Look around the league. Y'all can help me out here, chat. Aside from the Patriots, how many teams successfully run the hybrid like that at a high rate? Are the Ravens a hybrid defense? I'm not sure.
I don't think. I don't think
like
they are.
3-4.
Yeah, they're 3-4. Yeah, I think they've been 3-4 from out the gate for a while.
Forever.
Yeah.
Forever, yeah. So I just think that the hybrid thing sounded good because we were just tired of what we saw, the basic defense we saw under Rod Marinelli. We weren't blitzing, we weren't getting turnovers. It just wasn't. It just plateaued, just like Jason Garrett. It plateaued. It wasn't a horrible defense, right? It wasn't a great defense.
Right.
It was just We figured, okay, we get some more creativity, we'll get more turnovers, we'll get more aggressive. So, it's tough right now. I think right now we don't have the players.
Okay.
But Nolan does not he can't get a pass because he hasn't had a really, really good defense since Baltimore.
Right. And so, and I think once we are able to get the players and get to whatever our defense is going to be, it really gives this defense identity. Because I feel like there's one play where a 4-3, is that a 3-4? Is that a nickel? Is he standing up? Is he, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much going on. And
I got those players for it.
Yeah, and I hate DeMarcus Lawrence standing up. He looks uncomfortable. He looks unnatural because people don't understand it really does make a difference. Like I tell people all the time on this channel, it makes a difference of what side you're putting your hand in your dirt. If you're standing up, if you're using the proper leverage, it does make a difference. And I feel like DeMarcus Lawrence, he's very off balance when you watch him, especially on film. He's hesitant. He's firing off slowly. He's not using his leverage, man. And so I really just wanted us to kind of commit to that. KMT, what's up, bro? You said we not winning the division for many reasons. Yeah, I agree. First sign your starting quarterback, start there. Yep, sign Dak. So let me ask you this, because I had a very passionate show the other day after Dak went hurt. What is your thoughts on the Cowboys? And I guess something kind of came out, as you mentioned earlier, handling in business in the media, a possibility of Dak Prescott being franchise tagged again next season.
Oh, I think it's going to happen. I
Okay.
think it's going to happen, Tuck. I don't think they're going to come to a contract agreement by the deadline, which I think is like in February. I could be wrong, but I think it's February, early March. You have to designate a franchise tag
Right.
by before free agency.
Right.
So, do I think they'll come together before a deal in a month? I have my doubts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how can I not?
Right.
I think they're going to go into this thing. They're saying all the right things right now, but when it comes to putting pen to paper, I can't see them doing the right thing right away. Maybe, maybe later, maybe in the summer or what have you. I think we're going to be going through this again. We also know they love the headlines, right?
Right.
You tag Dak, you don't got to sign him for like 5 months.
Right. Right.
So you tag him, get the headlines, try to work something out, work on the rest of the team.
Right.
So I do think they will tag him.
So if you're Dak Prescott, do you go into next year's season under the franchise tag?
It's funny because me and Law, we go back and forth about this. Law said, don't play, don't play, don't play, don't play.
Yep.
I'm not a don't play guy. You're guaranteed $31 million, Tuck. 38 next year. Ish. You don't play, you don't get none of that.
Don't you have the Le'Veon Bell loophole? Like, was it week 8, week 9, where you actually have to officially come back to get your check?
Yeah, there's that loophole, but do we? And again, this is also, we got to operate in what reality.
Yeah,
is.
reality. Okay.
Reality is Dak Prescott's not that guy.
Yep.
He's not Le'Veon Bell out here rapping, caring about it just himself. He's not, a coachable, likable, lovable guy, and things like that. That's not Le'Veon. I'm not saying he's not a good person, but I'm just saying in that locker room as a football player, like that's not him. Do I think Le'Veon loves the game? I don't know. I know Dak does.
Right.
So in reality, I never even thought Dak would not play on the franchise tag, so I didn't give it any thought.
Right.
If you say what would you do, I would collect my $38 million, go out there and play the game I love
again, and bet on yourself again.
It's only betting on yourself if he turns down the deal. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a deal going to be offered.
Right.
If he turns down a deal, then that's him.
Right.
It's his decision to do that. Just like it was this year. He could have signed it. He could have signed it.
Right.
Got paid a lot of money. Could have signed it. But he wanted to get, he wanted more, and it is what it is. That's in his right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what would you do? Would you not go out there and play?
Nah, hell no. You're not seeing Dak Prescott. Like I said on my show, if I'm Dak Prescott and they want to bring me in for the franchise tag, I'm delaying my rehab. I am not showing up to this team until week 8 or week 9.
Pull a, I was going to say in the offseason, you could pull a DeMarcus Lawrence, remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not signing a contract until I get my shoulder surgery.
And DeMarcus,
I'm not getting shoulder surgery until I get my contract. That's
right,
what he said.
Right. And DeMarcus Lawrence got his money. So, like I said, there's no way if I'm Dak Prescott, because I felt like the Dallas Cowboys were able to use that against. They know his love for the game. They know his passion. They know he couldn't stay away, and so they're like franchise tag him. But man, no way Dak Prescott should play under the franchise tag after what he just went through. You have to prove it.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no chance. If I'm Dak's agent, I say, nah, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. So either you're going to take the deal that's offered and get the contract, or we're going to muddy things up and we're going to hold out to week 8, week 9. And
that's so ugly, man.
But it's not going to look ugly on Dak. Everybody watching the game right now will understand where Dak Prescott's coming from. The team would understand where Dak's, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, bro, you just went out there, you sacrificed yourself, you broke your ankle. Everybody came out and said how much of a leader you are. They saw what you've done, and they come around and do you dirty again. We understand. The NFL players would rally around Dak. His teammates would. Everybody would understand. This is not a Le'Veon Bell situation where he's kind of thinking he's being selfish or he kind of has that history. Everybody knows what's in stake right now with Dak Prescott. So if they were to franchise tag him again, hold out to week 7 and week 8, then come back. Let this team.
Well, you got to say if they don't give him an extension, not sign the franchise. He could sign the franchise tag and still get an extension.
Right. Well, if he doesn't get an extension, yes, right.
Right.
Yeah.
If they don't meet his demands or if they don't come to a contract agreement, what you're basically saying is forfeit $38 million.
Right.
And sit out for hoping to get more. It didn't work out in Le'Veon Bell's favor, by the way.
Right.
It would be so unprecedented.
Right.
so unprecedented. I understand that argument to sit out.
Right.
I get what you're saying, but $38 million is $38 million. There's no guarantee you'll get $38 million the next year.
Right.
There's no guarantee, fam.
I think if Dak hits the market, he's getting it. He's getting it, like regardless.
I probably, but I'm just saying we
can't guarantee it. Can't guarantee.
So you're saying, so what you're saying is sit out to week 8, come back and play.
Yep.
Oh, then what's the point of sitting out?
Because you get a little bit of film. We'll probably struggle again without him, and then you get a little bit of film, and then you hit the market next year. Because I think if they franchise tag him and they don't give him an extension. But
you're saying he should sit out for safety reasons, to protect himself, right?
Well, no, not only for safety reasons. I'm talking about for the reasons of getting his contract. Like if he's going to be franchise tagged, why go out there and risk yourself getting hurt again?
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Right, for injury. Yeah. So why risk that opportunity again? Because what happens?
So why play at all?
Well, because you still get. Well, I was going to say the reason why you still play is because you get that $38 million if you come back. I think if
you don't get the whole 38 at that point.
I thought you do. If you come back, I thought that was the loophole that Le'Veon Bell did. That if he comes back, I think week 7 or 8. That he was able to still get his.
I'm not going to speak indefinite because that may be the case, but I thought there was a percentage if he doesn't come back. But got guys in the chat like Stevie and Cam T, they're really good at that stuff.
Right.
So find out how that is. If that is the case, then yes. If it's about the money, you're saying I can sit out 8 games, come back and get the money. But if you're saying I'm gonna sit out 8 games because I don't want to get hurt, he's still coming back to play 8 games.
Yeah. I agree. I think a little bit of both, a mixture of both, man. Like but honestly, man. I just hope the Dallas Cowboys do right by Dak Prescott. They're saying all the right things right now. But I think if they do wrong by him, it's going to be the beginning of the end. I just don't see them not extending him, not giving him the proper contract, and then turn around the next year and doing it again. I just don't see it unless they're kind of banking on the cap increase in that second year. But I don't know, man. Maybe give him a short-term deal. Maybe give him a 2 to 3 year deal. Something, man, to give him the granted to.
That's ignorant. If they give him a 2-year deal, dog. But pay that man what the market is.
Well, yeah. That's basically what I'm saying. Because if you think about it, man, comparing to Deshaun Watson and what we've seen from these other, he's right on par. He's not Pat Mahomes, but he's Deshaun Watson, and we see what he really brings, the value he brings to this team, and this organization. So I don't know, man.
Don't let Andy Dalton get. If Andy Dalton wins, they're gonna be like, see.
Whoa, Tuck, I told you, man. Remember when you and Skywalker said I got you on camera, man? I hope Andy Dalton wins, man. Like, you think I like getting dog walked on a Monday night?
My guy Sosa came in with the facts.
Those
are game checks. So even if missed games when you haven't signed a franchise tag, you don't get those game checks.
So it's per game basis. Got that?
Yeah. Well, he said if you don't sign it. So what if he does sign it though? But damn, if he signs it and then sits, can he do that? Because I don't think Le'Veon signed the franchise.
Did he
tag.
not sign it?
Issue.
Oh, okay, he never signed it.
Yeah, he never signed it. I think we thought he might have signed it, but I don't think he signed it.
All right, well here's Agent Tucker on the line. Dak, what you do is you sign the franchise tag, you get your money, and you say your ankle hurt, you can't play this week. Boom. Boom, don't worry, Dak. Call me, bro. I'm gonna get you your bag, bro.
Dirty,
yeah. Like, oh man, like I thought I could go this week, man, but I just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man.
Dirty dog.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh man, that's rough.
Dak, if you want your money, call your boy, man, because we gonna get that bag, man, from Jerry Jones. Let's see here. They have to extend him. Yes and no personality problem. Blah blah. Let's see. What's up to my guy Sid, man? DC Cowboys for life. What's up, bro?
It's your boy Sid.
It's your boy Sid. Speak your mind all the time.
He's funny.
The market probably hit him at 30 unless he draw multi offers. Nah, I think he's gonna be worth more than that.
I think somebody will pay him.
Yeah, someone's gonna pay him. Especially we see the type of quarterback plays being going on right now in the NFL. You see what Dak's story is. Like,
here's the real concern that I'm really still not hearing too many people talk about, except for Acho kind of brought it up, but he did it in a derogatory way.
Oh.
Here's the right former Eagle.
Yeah.
Here's the real issue. It's not even really about at this moment. I don't think it's about will they pay Dak, will they won't pay Dak. I just don't think they know right now because how does the season go? Because if the season goes, we're 7-9, 6-10 without Dak, I could definitely see them saying, nah, we got to ride with Dak. be it franchise tag, be it give him a contract. At some point, they're going to say, okay, we're sticking with Dak.
Right.
We'll figure this out in the summer. However, Tuck, if we go 3-13, 4-12, and we're sitting in the top 3, 4, 5 of picks, do you think this franchise, who is so gung-ho on being salary cap Super Bowl champions, is going to say, we can pay this guy $40 million a year, or we can select a quarterback at 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, and have him on a cheap, Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence or whomever in that top 5, right? And have him on the cheap for 5 years with a second-year head coach who will give him time now. I feel like the Joneses are going to really think really long and hard about that. Me, I'm getting my sure thing, which is Dak Prescott.
Right.
But them, they clearly don't give a damn about a sure thing. They give a damn about money. And the money says, I can save me, $30 million or whatever the salary cap hit would be?
Right. And expect Justin Fields to come up and put 40 a game to overcompensate your defense and your O-line is deteriorating?
You know what he's going to say? You know what he's going to say? Because when Jones came, when Jerry came out and said this shit, I said, you got to be kidding me. Oh, we have to readjust our expectations.
Nah. I'm tired of readjusting my expectations, man. Like I'm saying, like, bro, what is enough is enough. And we gotta understand, Jerry Jones, we just had a birthday the other day. Bro, you're old. You're old. So what are you waiting for? Like, let's go ahead and get this thing done, man. It's so draining. And that's why Cowboys fans are the way that we are. I saw some BS article talking about Cowboys fans are the biggest complainers in the NFL. Damn right, bro. You know how much this hat costs? All this stuff costs, bro. These tickets, bro. I swear, I live here in Kansas City. The price that I've paid for parking at AT&T Stadium has cost me more than I've ever spent at Arrowhead Stadium for a ticket. And that's the Super Bowl champion.
So would they want us to be okay with this shit?
Right, like this is okay, just accept it. Like it's just horrible, man. But like I said, it's frustrating because us as fans, man, we deserve better. But it feels like we're getting the same spin around year after year after year, and nothing's really gonna change it, man. There's nothing really gonna change it, and I feel like this is what we're stuck with, man. And I feel like
at least we had a quarterback, 2 of them, who gave us hope.
Right.
Tony and Dak. I was like, man, no matter what crap is around them, coaching or front office wise, those guys are going to go out there and give us a shot.
Right.
But right now, that for the first time since 2015, I don't think we have that hope.
Right. We don't. And that's why I was saying all week, guys, it's not that I don't believe or, I'm not a diehard Cowboys fan. When Dak's ankle went out, I went out. That was the season right there. Because as bad as our defense was, as bad as all these mistakes were, I was like, well, we still got Dak. We still got this offense. We still in it. Still in it. The Atlanta game, the Falcons game, go ahead, check my tweets at JTuck151. I was the guy telling everyone, be positive. Be positive. If Dak can get time, we right back in this game. We right back in this game. Because I believe in Dak Prescott like that. So why do you think this organization doesn't? Like, let me ask you that. What do you think they need to see from him? What else can he prove?
I don't think they don't believe in Dak. I think they're just being cheap with their contracts as they have been. I do. Now, I think it's weird, though, because you paid your running back.
Right.
Which is wild to me.
Right.
I continue to say it.
Right.
Absolutely retarded. I keep saying that word, but absolutely stupid. I'm sorry, guys. PC. Absolutely stupid to pay your running back prior to your franchise quarterback.
Right.
For the obvious reasons.
Right.
And Sosa, your point is correct. He says that remember that signing Dak long term, it won't cost you $38 million in that first year. They can restructure it all, or they can structure it all the way down to $1 million.
Right.
But that's not if they sign him long term, that's not what I'm speaking on. I'm saying if they tag him,
right,
that is on your cap.
Right. Instantly.
The tag has to happen well before the draft.
Right. You
know where you sit at well before the tag has to happen.
Right.
If you're sitting at 2-14, 3-13, Tuck, our deadline is February.
Right. We
will know if Dak will be back February. We will know. Because if you're that bad and you're at pick 2, pick 1, pick 3,
mm-hmm,
I have a hard time believing the Joneses are going to sign him long term or put a $38 million cap hit on their cap.
All right. So what about not 2, 3? What about 8 to 9? Because I think that's where we're going to be.
Bring him back.
Okay. I think that's where we'll be.
If we go 6-10, which is going to get you about what, like 7, 8, 9?
Right. 7, 8, 9. Right. That's where we'll probably be. Like I said, shouts out to Big Game James. I said Cleveland, I'm pulling up on them for the draft. So I'm already in draft mode, to be honest with you.
And I'm not. But so you tell me, are there 2 or 3 quarterbacks top 5 worthy right now?
No, not at all.
Okay, there's one.
And to be honest with you guys, I'm not sold on him. I feel like if you were to bring Trevor Lawrence right here in the Dallas Cowboys with this situation, it changes absolutely nothing. We actually regress. Now, maybe further down the line, the next 4 to 5 years, then maybe we'll see the evolution. But it's not an instant fix. There's going to be a lot of drawbacks when it comes to Trevor Lawrence. It's not just going to be like you could take this team, take this defense that we currently had, swap out Dak Prescott and Trevor Lawrence, and boom, we're in there. No, not at all. And so...
No.
Yeah.
Not year one.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm done with the rebuilding, bro. I thought we've already went through the rebuilding phase. Like, I thought everything is intact, man. Like, damn, we got a running back. We got our wide receivers. We got a young O-line pieces. We signed Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch. We got a franchise quarterback. We built everything that we need. Like, let's get to winning. I'm
with you offensively.
Yeah. Well, defensively,
I think that needs to be blown up.
We got hoodwinked, man. We got hoodwinked. So let me ask you this, because I saw your show last night.
James.
What did James say?
He said the Cowboys have their franchise quarterback. There's no need to draft one. I 100%. This ain't me.
Yeah.
If we go 2 and 4, if we go 2-14, I still ain't drafting a quarterback. Dak Prescott better than all them fools.
Right.
But it ain't us, fam.
It ain't us.
I would have signed Dak 2 years ago. But anyway. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this: what did we do with DeMarcus Lawrence? I caught your show last night, man, but I was wondering, what I'm saying, like,
you let it ride. You
okay.
Gotta let it ride. I don't know what the cap implications are otherwise, so you let it ride. Next year though, or in the off season, I don't know again what the cap implications are, but you'd be silly not to explore.
Right.
You'd be silly because if we're going to stick with this scheme,
right?
He's not a fit, Tuck. He's not a fit. He's a 4-3 hand on the ground left defensive end.
Right, and that's it, and barely
that's
that.
What he is.
Right.
That's what he is. So if you're going to continue to stay in this hybrid 3-4, this whole thing about I can stand up or no, you can't.
Right, you can't.
What was it? I think it was Mike McCarthy who said, "Hey, we're going to give it a shot. If it doesn't work, we'll put his hand in the dirt." Okay.
Right.
Okay, so put your hand back in the dirt and get busy.
Right.
So if he doesn't get busy, I don't care if you're a stand for DeMarcus Lawrence.
Right.
As a Cowboy fan, you're not doing due diligence not to explore because other teams ain't scared to do that.
Right. Right.
That's the problem. We're scared to let these we want to bring back certain dudes, but let go of guys like Byron Jones
who do their job.
They're like the core of the NFL right now.
Right.
You need to have pass catchers. You need to have guys that can stop pass catchers.
Right. Right. It's that simple. Right.
You need to have a quarterback to get the ball to the pass catchers.
Right.
We let go of the guy to stop the pass catcher, and we didn't extend the guy that gets the ball to the pass catcher.
Right.
That's ass backwards.
Right. Right.
So I think you got to explore it if he doesn't turn up.
Yeah, I agree, man. I feel like it's enough with DeMarcus Lawrence. And granted, he does do a lot of things, but he's just not what we paid him to do. And when we spoke about this and Big Game James was on the show, those years he was franchise tagged and he was trying to earn that bag, completely different playing than what we're seeing right now. And I just don't think he's going to be able to turn that corner again. And I don't want to give him no excuse for injuries or whatnot and everything he says on Twitter. I don't believe it. Players get the job done. You know what I'm saying? They always say, well, he's getting double teamed. He's getting double teamed, opening up for other players. You think Chris Jones don't get double teamed? You think Myles Garrett doesn't get double teamed? You think Aaron Donald doesn't get
it's always something for him.
Right.
And this is the thing I've been saying to Cowboys fans for the last 2 years. Listen, it is okay to ask more from your high price and high profile players.
Right.
Hell, y'all ask more and more and more from your quarterback.
Right. Right. So who ain't getting paid nothing. Right.
Exactly. And ask Zeke to be better, and ask D-Law to be better, and ask this person and that person to be better.
Right.
It's okay. It is okay to say, hey, I know he has this in him. I've seen it, right?
Right.
I've seen him be an elite player.
Right.
I have. Why isn't he an elite player anymore? And I don't care what nobody. He's not.
Right. He's not. He's far from it. He's
player.
far from what we saw that year. And so even with Ezekiel Elliott, because I tell you guys, to be honest with you, I'm surprised Ezekiel Elliott's getting the flack that he's getting because he's always been bulletproof when I thought it comes to Cowboys fans.
Same.
And what is happening right now with Ezekiel Elliott? Dak Prescott is gone, and the spotlight is right on you. It's on you.
Oh man.
Yeah, because
So
yeah.
you want to go there? Because I was going to ask you about Zeke.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I don't know your feelings on Zeke because the people on my channel very much well know my feelings on the Zeke situation. Zeke, the player, I think is a very damn good player.
Mm-hmm.
Zeke, when he's right, is one of the best, if not the best, running backs in the league. Zeke, did he deserve to get paid? He absolutely deserved to get paid. Where my issue comes in is when they paid Ezekiel Elliott. Because right now, Tuck, this will be his 5th year, right?
Right.
You think they would pay Ezekiel Elliott after this?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And guess what, Tuck? He would have been playing on this deal.
Right.
The rookie deal.
Still.
If not, Zeke, you're a running back.
Right. Right.
Like, dog, you are a running back.
Right. And
you're not a quarterback, my guy.
A running back that he's finding off the streets, man. And here's my thing. I know you guys see him back here, right? I like Zeke. To be honest with you, I actually like Mama Zeke more than I actually like Zeke the player. But that's a different conversation. We saw the Dez Bryant tweet the other day, that kind of flash and erase.
Yeah,
I think
hindsight tweet.
I think Dez pretty much stole that from my Twitter, man. Like, that's where I stand with Ezekiel Elliott. Like, I was at that draft in 2000 in what was it, 16? 2016? 16 draft in Chicago. It was cold outside, but I was Dallas Cowboy, Florida State up, and I thought we were going to get that guy, Jalen Ramsey, and we didn't. And I have a huge scar on my hand right now because I punched the glass wall. I was that frustrated about Ezekiel Elliott. And here's where I tell a lot of Cowboys fans, I was in the building. I was there. A lot of Cowboys fans, we stormed out at that time after drafting Ezekiel Elliott. There was not...
Really?
There was no excitement, to be honest with you. So back then, I didn't know Mark Holmes. Huh?
There was around the Twitter sphere.
Okay, so Twitter sphere, and I think at the stadium, yes. Chicago, not so much. So to be honest with you, I didn't know Mark Holmes back then. And so I'm walking out of the stadium, and he comes out, with the Joe Boo guy, whatnot, and he's trying to interview me. And my mom is like, don't do it. And I'm just like losing my mind in front of Mark Holmes. Like, why the hell would we draft a running back? Like, there was tons of Cowboys fans. We left that arena right after they drafted Ezekiel Elliott. We were not happy with it. But he's a Dallas Cowboys player, and I support him. But I agree, man. We paid him way too early. We paid him way too damn early. And you think about last year, those first 3 to 4 games, we could have won those with Tony Pollard. It would have been just fine.
Of course.
We would have, but
and Alfred Morris.
But yeah, Alfred Morris, exactly. But what happened? Zeke held Jerry's feet to the fire, and he got scared. So now Dak Prescott is your turn. So, like I said, man, I like Zeke the person, and especially the reason why I tell you Ezekiel Elliott shouldn't got his money yet, because he's been acting a fool off the field.
Yes.
So it's
it's so crazy because the front office, you can't fool me.
Right.
Like, dog, you ever see the movie what's the smoking movie, the marijuana movie with James Franco? Brain fart.
Pineapple Express.
Pineapple Express.
Right.
Remember my man Greg Robinson? I synced it.
Right.
You can't fool me, front office. I synced you pay Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
I synced you. I synced you pay who's not a generational running back.
Right.
I seen you pay a running back that got like 1,700 touches in 3 years.
Right.
I seen you pay him 2 years earlier. I seen you do it when he was suspended. Granted, I know. We understand that situation was wild, right?
Right.
But honestly, he was doing a whole bunch of other stuff that could have got him suspended anyway.
Right. The old St. Patty's Day.
I seen you do that. Yeah. Meanwhile, you got a guy, an upstanding dude who comes in, plays hard, a leader of men, was the leader of that locker room from day one.
Right.
He's putting up very good numbers. He's been a rock for your team, and you don't want to pay him what he want.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It just means to me the front office is
and that's
stupid.
And that's what I'm saying. It's human nature for Dak Prescott to feel some type of way. And that's what I'm saying. You kind of see it being displayed through his brother Tad. Like, yeah, I would be so pissed off. Bro, I've been coming here busting my tail, playing for damn near the league minimum, getting you the playoff win, breaking my back for you guys, doing everything right, being the face of the franchise. And granted, he's my homeboy, but y'all paid him? Nah, that's not going to fly, man. It's not going to fly, man. So, like I said, man, I really hope this Dallas Cowboys team can get things turned around. Personally, fam, I don't see it. Honestly, being honest, what you know now, do you still take Zeke or Ramsey?
Oh, no, hindsight, you absolutely take Ramsey and Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
At the time when it happened, and I believed that for a few years that I don't believe we go 13-3 with Jalen Ramsey,
Mm.
but I don't think we needed to.
Right.
Right. I don't think we needed to go 13-3.
Right.
We could have went 10-6 and been fine.
Right. Yeah.
But in hindsight, Ramsey and Derrick Henry, come on, man. I mean,
Right.
what?
Yeah. And if you ask me, I'm taking that Ramsey pick every time. I've been saying that for the last since the draft, man. Like every time, even when
what have we paid Ramsey?
No, we probably wouldn't have, because he wouldn't like this personality. We like I always said, man. No dogs in the backfield, man. In the secondary, man. We don't want those type of players back there, man. But think about him and Byron Jones, man. That would have been so nice, though.
Oh my gosh. Something happened with my other mic earlier. I mean, my mic's fine, but I guess the coming through the audio on YouTube, it was acting up, so I had to switch my mic because he asked about the mic.
Oh, he's about to rap, man. You got to drop.
And Sid said he brought up something earlier in the offseason. He talked about D-Law and how D-Law D-Law wasn't stepping up or something last year. Sid, D-Law was fine last year. Okay, if D-Law was playing like he was playing last year, I would have no problems.
Right.
None. He's not playing like that,
right.
Sid. So I'm going to call him out.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I just had to get Sid something in there.
And Sid, you don't like D-Law neither, man. So start front, man.
I don't like D-Law.
You don't like D-Law.
He knows what's happening right now.
Yeah. So you said
this isn't. DeMarcus Lawrence was a good player last year. DeMarcus Lawrence is not a good player to me. This year. He's okay.
He's aggressive. And like I said, I'm not even going to give him the injury bug, so I don't think he's that injured. So KMT found out about the franchise tag. So let it rip in the chat, man. Let us know about the franchise tag, man. So, like I said, man, I appreciate you for coming on, man. I can keep you all night, bro, so I'm going to let you go here in a second, man. So let me ask you this final question. Sunday afternoon, we play the Washingtons. What's your prediction? Are we gonna keep it real? We gonna keep it real.
I'm not a prediction guy, but woo-wee. So
because they're favorite, they now shift to the favorites, man. So it's like in this game.
Oh my gosh, they're favorite.
They're favorite.
So pathetic.
So here, before I have you go, man, Cowboys fam, if you follow me on Twitter, I've been telling you guys this season's gonna be a bumpy ride, Cowboys fans. But what you do is you use the Dallas Cowboys and you get your Christmas money and you start betting against them every game. You start betting against the Dallas Cowboys and get your easy money, and it makes things a lot easier. But y'all didn't hear that from me. Go ahead, Steele.
I think they rally.
Okay.
This week, I think with all the mess going on in the media, I think the coaches feel some pressure. Obviously, the players feel pressure, and I think they rally. I have no good reason to think. I have no X and no reason to why they will win this game.
Right.
I just think they rally around the drama,
right,
and they squeak out an ugly game.
Yeah,
13-10.
Yeah, I agree. I think just off of talent alone, this team will actually have some sense of pride. I'm hoping that they can actually pull out this win. So I would say probably maybe like 17-14. It's going to come down to a last field goal, which I damn sure don't trust our field goal kicker, Greg the Leg. I don't know how he got that nickname, but
why don't you try? Greg was 8 for 9 before that 58-yard ridiculous attempt.
Nah, man, because all of his kicks, man, it's just scary. Yeah, it just what I'm saying, it's like the Madden meter is off, man. It just shifts a little bit, bro. And I just don't.
That Giants kick, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh yeah. Let's ride with it. Yeah, man. So I'm just not a fan of Greg the Leg, man. So yeah, I think the Cowboys can actually win. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna come down to the fourth quarter. Gonna be a sloppy game. I think their defense is gonna settle in. A lot of pressures. Hopefully we can hold on to the ball. KMT's okay. So he dropped the knowledge here. The team can terminate the contract if the player isn't healthy. First, it goes to a neutral physician. Then it will go to arbitration to decide they can terminate the tender. So Dak can't sit out.
Not if he signs. I don't think he can if he signs it.
Yeah. So, all right.
Yeah, you know what, James? I thought about the 13-10 score, and it ain't even the 13 that I'm questioning. It's the 10.
Right.
I was questioning the 10 to myself. I'm like, damn, are they going to hold them to 10 points? This defense going to hold them to 10 points.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll rise it to 17-14 like you said. But because 13 points for us, yes, I can see that reasonably happening. That's not even a lot of points. We had 10 points barely last week.
Right.
It's 10 that I'm worried about for the Redskins. And the only reason why I went so low is because their offense is bad.
Yeah, but like I said, man, we be giving wide open looks, man, that either myself or you could catch, man. So
all it takes is one busted coverage.
Yeah, just one bust, and we're good for that. We're good for one. We're good for one. It's just, is Kyle Allen actually gonna hit the mark? So we'll see, man. But like I said, bro, I'm not gonna keep you all. I'm not gonna keep you all night, bro. I appreciate you coming on. We'll have to do it again, man. But go ahead once again, man. Tell everybody where they can find you. They should know by now, but.
Yes, sir. Twitter at Skywalker Still on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at Skywalker Still, but I gotta get more involved over there. I really do.
Instagram's rough.
It's different, man. Because I was off for years.
Yeah.
You know, I got rid of the personal account years ago. But they was like, man, you gotta get one for the Skywalker. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. Yeah. So you can get me on the gram. And also, I'm most active on Twitter and most active on YouTube at Dallas Cowboys Network. He does have the Dallas Cowboys Universe channel, which I had up to roughly 7,000, but we had to move forward due to some issues that happened behind scenes that I had no control over. But it's all good. We are rebuilding on the Dallas Cowboys Dallas Cowboys Network channel. So hit us up, man. Me and Sosa. Make sure y'all follow my guy on Instagram. That's who you really want to follow. Don't follow my guy Sosa, aka the Cowboys Network, on Instagram, man.
Right, yeah, he dropping the knowledge, man. Like I said, for guys following me, man, follow me on Cowboys Fans Only on YouTube. Yes, Cowboys Fans Only. It's here to stay. CFO gang, man. And also go to cowboysfansonly.com. Like I said, we got the CFO merchandise popping out, man. So go ahead. Let's drop a discount code, man. Let's go ahead and drop one out. What should we make the code, man?
Discount, like my discount code?
No, we're going to drop a discount code on cowboysfansonly.com, and we'll do 20% off tonight.
Oh,
so I'll let you do it. I'll let you do the code. What's your code, man? What you want to give the code?
What's the code for tonight? Hope.
All right. So we're gonna do Cowboys Fans Only. I'm gonna type it in the chat, man. And let's see, Dallas Cowboys Fans Only.
That's hope.
And then hope, man. Hope is the discount code for 20% off, man. So I'll turn that on for all the Cowboys fans watching the show tonight. And like I said, follow me on Twitter, man, at JTuck151. Like I said, I interact with Cowboys fans. I appreciate all y'all support, man. And like I said, still, man, I appreciate you for bringing me on and kind of encouraging me, keeping me to do this thing, man. I'm having a blast, man, as you see. And so, it's fun, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's an hour and a half, man. So, like, yeah, man. So, like I said, you were the final Infinity Stone, man, because I had Law in here the other day. I had Big Game James Preacher. Like, I got to get my guy Skywalker on here, man. So, I got the Infinity Stone, man. So, I got all three of you guys, man. Like I said, but salute to you guys. Keep doing your thing, man. So, Cowboys fam, here we go, man. Getting ready for another game on Sunday. Hopefully, things work out, man. But like I always say on my channel, I want everyone to stay blessed, stay safe, and stay